I said there's an overarching principle that's going to help us this week as we discover our path to action, the path we take that leads us to behave the way we behave. And that is that perception is not reality. Perception is not reality. We perceive something one way when it's another. We think people don't like us when they do. We think that people are talking about us when they're not. We think that people are upset with us when they are not. We think that people think we're stupid when they don't. We perceive one thing when indeed reality is another. Much of what we have to do as we navigate relationships is to know that perception, what I think I see, what I believe I know, may be inaccurate. This is a beautiful way to give others the benefit of the doubt, to not rush to judgment. When we can practice this perspective that not everything I think I see is true, I am actually tapping into wisdom. I'm beginning to understand what scriptures have told us all along, that the heart is deceitful above all things, who can know it? Jeremiah 17. It challenges us to question what we are thinking, perceiving, assuming to be true. So as we step into a conversation about how our relationships are going, one of the first things you have to do is ask yourself, do I have an accurate view of reality? Am I looking at things that I perceive to be true that indeed may not? Leviticus says that we should let us examine our ways and test them. He calls us to do some self-examination. In Galatians 4:6, the Apostle Paul says each one should test their own actions. In other words, I should give some deeper thought and time to evaluate, why am I doing what I'm doing? Are things as I perceive them? Because the last thing I should do is jump into a conversation based on assumptions, jump into making judgments based on just surface perceptions. Blaine Lee said, before you attempt to set things right, make sure you see things right. Today, I want to ask you to evaluate, in your relationships, are you perceiving that someone's against you, but you've never asked? Are you perceiving that others feel negatively about you, but never checked it out? Are you making assumptions? Do you have perceptions that put relationships in an unfavorable light? If you are, then I would ask you to hold off on judgment, hold off on conclusions until you've gone a little deeper, thought a little longer, and entered into some dialogue about those perceptions. When we do this, we give ourselves space and time to think more clearly, to seek God's judgment, and to get to the bottom of what may be an inaccurate set of conclusions. So I would ask, Lord Jesus, that you would help us today as we think about all of our relationships. And I would ask, Lord, that you would help each person listening. Maybe there's a relationship that has gone sideways, that they've put on the back burner, that they've stopped communicating with, that you want to restore, you want to heal. Lord, if there are some relationships this week that could be altered because we've heard your voice, because we've considered some new skills, because we had the humility to pause and think a second time about, that you would open up our eyes to see what relationships could use your healing this week as we consider our path to action. I'll see you tomorrow.